Now, Kenyans abroad have been urged to invest in the country as Africa's economies slowly emerge from the effects of the COVID-19 lockdowns. Addressing a global audience through a webinar, Tourism Cabinet Secretary Najib Balala said that tourism is one of the worst affected sectors by COVID-19, adding that it was time the diaspora community played their part in supporting economic recovery back home. Kenyans abroad have been urged to invest in the country as the economy slowly emerges from the effects of the COVID-19 lockdown. Speaking to a global audience during a webinar organized by the Kenya Diaspora Alliance, Tourism Cabinet Secretary Najib Balala said the tourism sector is one of the worst affected by COVID-19. He noted that Africa's stake in the global tourism market stands at only 3%. With the grounding of the aviation sector, a key element in the growth of the tourism sector. CS Balala noted that it is important to view the two sectors, that is aviation and tourism, as one.
We have 1.4 billion people traveling. We only receive about 71 million people. And 21 million people get employed from this sector. In the whole continent, 50-something countries. Why is it not growing? Why other countries are growing? Why are we having small numbers? One key issue is about security and perception of security. So that is key for our continent.
He also called on the diaspora community to invest in the infrastructure in Africa and not wait for governments to make critical investment decisions regarding the continent. Data from the Central Bank of Kenya shows that remittances in July alone amounted to 29.9 billion shillings. Diaspora remittances are the country's largest source of foreign exchange.
This is the time of Africa and the African Union in particular to think, how do we invest today for 5 years' time in infrastructure? Imagine if we have a train with no hiccups from Cape Town to Cairo, connecting all these countries. We'll be able to have almost 300 to 400 million people traveling within the continent of Africa. This is the time Africa needs to reflect and needs to change not only the narrative, but really invest heavily, both in infrastructure, but also in manpower.
Micro, small and medium enterprises, particularly the tourism and aviation sectors, have been severely affected due to requisite preventive measures to curb the spread of the virus, such as travel restrictions and quarantining of transnational travelers.